Previously on Mixology Masters.
Please don't send me home. Let me live to fight another day.
Brayden, we want to see you clean up your technique just a little bit more. Please turn in your apron. You will not be the next Mixology Master.
Welcome to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, home of Sub Rosa Lounge, where 24 bartenders are going head-to-head, starting in 6 groups of 4. Watch as 24 contestants shake, stir, and mix their way to the grand prize of $10,000 and to be crowned the Mixology Master.
Let's get mixing.
Welcome back to Mixology Masters. As always, right beside me, Linda Garson. And Kelsey. No, Kelsey today. We have a guest judge, Tom. Tom, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Tom Firth. I'm a beverage expert here in Calgary, and I spend my days writing and talking about wine, beer, spirits, and I'm the competition director for the Alberta Beverage Awards.
Amazing. Linda, what are we drinking today?
It's tequila. It's El Tesoro Reposado. This one's been aged for between 9 and 11 months in ex-bourbon barrels. So it's picking up the smokiness from the barrel, but also the secondary flavors, the vanilla, etc., is coming from the barrel, not from the tequila.
The nice thing about it is that there's a nice balance between sort of these kind of barrel notes and also the spirit itself. So it's not being muted by anything. It's not being sort of put out of balance or anything like that. So the characters are sort of where they're supposed to be to make a balanced spirit.
And the second challenge, the creative challenge, they're going to be using Righan's Double Double coffee liqueur and creating some unusual coffee cocktails for us, I hope. Let's bring out the contestants.
Today, we introduce you to Group D, mixologists and contestants TJ, Nate, Devin, and Jordan.
Welcome, contestants. Good. Ready to make some drinks? Yeah. Right on. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. TJ, let's start with you.
My name's TJ. I manage at Alvin's Jazz Club, and I also take care of the cocktail program for Vintage Restaurants.
My name is Nate Buchert, and I'm the bar manager of Untitled Champagne Lounge and the Derrick Gin Mill.
My name's Devin McKeegan. I'm the bar manager at Elisa in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Jordan Wiltshire, general manager of the Milk Tiger Lounge here in Calgary, Alberta.
Awesome. We're super excited to have you guys here. Tom, let's tell them about their first challenge.
Well, there's 2 technical challenges. One is going to be to make a Rosita, and then the second one's going to be a Tommy's Margarita, which is, again, a very short list of ingredients, but it's got to be done right.
The Rosita, also known as the Agavoni or Negroni. This Negroni variation features tequila complemented by both dry and sweet vermouth. Tommy's Margarita, a renowned staple in a bar that boasts over 300 different types of tequila. Both the bar and the Yucatan-inspired agave tequila are named after the founder, Tommy Bermejo. Both of today's classic drinks test the contestants' basic skills as well as their knowledge of tequila cocktails.
And for these cocktails, we're using El Tesoro Tequila, the Reposado. So this has been aged in bourbon barrels for just coming up for a year. So we know that it's going to be smoky with slight sweetness from the barrels, vanilla, pepper, even a bit of dill on there. It's going to be perfect for these cocktails.
Perfect. Let's get mixing. Hands on the bar.
There you are.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's go.
But as soon as I start moving, I feel confident and comfortable. I know what I'm doing back there.
I work at a gin mill and a champagne lounge. Oh yeah, martinis, Negronis. I made thousands and thousands of them.
Behind the bar is my favorite place to be. I get to have fun with spirits and ingredients and create experiences for guests. How's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Hospitality is my jam.
From there, it was cutting up the limes, juicing them, which I used to do 10 liters of juice almost every day.
Once I get all the bottles where I need them to be, I think it's kind of habit where they are. I'm a clean freak.
I worked like back of house stuff when I was a teenager and then started bartending when I was 18. I've been working in restaurants since I was 14. I'm 35 years old now.
It's a little nerve-wracking behind the bar. I mean, I always have the passion for this industry, which translates into nerves for me.
I love competing. It pushes you outside of your comfort zone, so I do love doing these sorts of things. I feel good, and if you're nervous, that means you care.
I feel most at home behind the wood. Put the booze in the glass and make it good. That's what I try to do with every drink.
5 minutes left.
Perfect.
I did a little taster of the salt to make sure it wasn't sugar, just gotta be sure about that.
Oh no. Horrid salt.
Just a little.
It's fish and chip salt. It's not cocktail salt.
Stay tuned to see how our contestants fare in this tequila-inspired challenge. Before the break, we saw our 4 contestants shake their way through their tequila challenge. But did it go as well as they hoped?
All the competition is quite experienced. I'm definitely the young up-and-comer out of the group. You just gotta be confident in yourself and kind of put the blinders on.
I am meticulous in how I create things, but I also like to have the free, willy-nilly kind of grittiness to anything that I do back there.
2 minutes till tequila time.
Tequila time. Everyone loves tequila time.
You bet.
You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. When you start out, you're overthinking everything. But like I said, you're putting booze in a glass. Like, don't stress yourself out about it.
1 minute till service.
Love it.
All 3 glasses from the first one. No, did he? I didn't see. Did he fill one?
I didn't forget it, I'm just doing it last.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. I think I would be viewed as the underdog, the little baby face here and everything, but I like to prove people wrong.
It's time for our contestants to reveal their drinks. First up, TJ.
Do we need to ask for your ID first?
Yeah, I get it all the time. I have Tommy's margarita here for you.
Smells delicious. Let's give her a
Try
try.
it.
Tom.
It's pretty classic. It's, it's very smooth. Flavors are where it should be.
Linda.
It might be a little heavy on the lime.
Did we see you put bitters in this?
Yeah, I did some lime bitters.
For my palate, delish. Thank you very much. Let's try number 2.
Hello again.
Thank you.
And I have the Rosita here.
It's great. I mean, it's a really nice take on what's really is a Negroni.
I think this works really well.
Perfect.
2 of my favorite drinks combined into one. A Negroni, which I love classically, and then adding my favorite tequila. Cheers, and we'll see you in the next round.
Thank you.
Next up, Nate.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Got the Rosita for you first.
Okay.
It's quite a powerful Rosita. There's a lot going on here. A lot of bitters, a lot of those vermouths are really coming through. It's a pretty serious Rosita.
The glasses are a bit sticky. Did you wipe the lemon on the side of the glass?
Yeah, I like to do that so it gets on your hands a little bit.
I'm only gonna comment, I enjoyed the drink. Your professionalism behind the bar is epic. You know what you're doing, you know exactly where you're at, and I'm excited for your next drink, so let's try it.
Yeah, I have the Tommy's margarita next.
So you use the triple sec and agave syrup?
Yep.
The triple sec is a little bit of a surprise in a kind of a classic Tommy's margarita.
That's the spec you look at, I find.
I'm not getting the tequila coming through quite as much. I like the balance, but maybe it's that triple sec in it as well as the agave.
The triple sec, I mean, it's interesting because we didn't expect that in the traditional one, but I'm excited to see what you do in challenge 2, and let's see what you got.
Sure. Thank you very much, guys.
How is everyone?
Oh, they match your trousers. That's lovely.
I planned it.
Tom, what are you thinking?
love the grapefruit. I think it's just adding this nice little bit of zest. It's a little bit different from, say, orange or lemon. I think the tequila is really coming through from it, and then the bitters have a nice punch to them.
I think you absolutely nailed it.
Glad you're enjoying it.
I enjoyed it, and I loved watching you behind that bar.
Oh, good.
Right? You're great. You're energetic, and I really enjoyed this drink. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Number 2.
All right, I'll be right back.
Thank you.
More tequila.
Yes. Now you're speaking my language.
Thank you.
Love a good margarita. I like a little bit of salt on there, a little bit of grit.
It is lacking just a tiny bit of the body stones that the agave syrup can kind of give it, just to round it out a little bit. But it's just, I think it's a great expression of a Tommy's margarita.
Thank you.
Linda?
You had a choice of 2 salts. There was sea salt in the prep, and then there was the iodized table salt.
Honestly, I didn't see the sea salt.
Okay, that's fair.
But you know what? Like, there is something about the table salt that I kind of like. It gives it that gritty kind of grunginess to it.
So we've learned that Linda doesn't like table salt.
Perfect.
Only on my
she's-
chips.
Yeah, only on her fish and chips, I guess.
Okay.
But I enjoy it. I like the table salt, and I love your story behind it. It's your drink.
Yeah,
You gotta own
you
it.
gotta own it.
And you are owning it.
Perfect.
So thank you very much, and I cannot wait till challenge 2.
Well, I guess I don't even know if I'm on the podium right now for the Salt Wars, but I can redeem myself. I'll come back from the Salt Wars, I think.
How are we?
Happy
Wonderful.
to see you.
So the Rositas, it's a classic. It's a great one. I mean, any Negroni riff, I'm all about.
I think, as you say, it's a classic riff. I think the spirits all coming through. The balance is really good here.
Linda?
It's what I was hoping to see. It's what I'm expecting to see.
So this is delicious. Let's try number 2.
Then we go to some Tommy's Margs, which to me is like just what a margarita should be.
Little surprised with the orange liqueur, which I think is not supposed to be in a Tommy's.
Maybe I'm cheating, but I just think it's better this way.
Right.
Yeah, for me, probably not the liqueur, the orange liqueur.
Yeah, fair enough.
For this particular one.
My only comment would be just the salt. I mean, you could clean that up a bit, but we'll see what happens in challenge 2.
Next up, we learn some mixology master skills from Kelsey.
We're gonna make a Paloma right now, and Paloma is one of my absolute favorite cocktails. It's traditionally made just with a grapefruit soda and tequila. You just pour both in a glass, super simple, but we're gonna make kind of the bartender's version, I guess. So we're gonna start with half a salted rim on our glass. And the reason I'm doing half is so that you have the option of, drinking out of the salty side or drinking out of the inside. I'm just gonna clean up the salt on the inside of the glass so that it doesn't fall into the drink itself. So I'm gonna go in with 2 ounces of El Tesoro. This is a Reposado tequila with a Paloma. You can really have your choice. You can make it with a Blanco. It's up to you. So we're just gonna go in with 10 mils of lime juice. We don't need to mess with this too much. And then I'm just gonna do 5 mils of agave syrup for that little bit of richness. You really don't have to take these steps. You could just go ahead and pour in your grapefruit soda directly. And I'm just gonna do a little pop shake kill. That's all the pop shake is. 1, 2, 3. Into the glass. Just gonna get those ice cubes going in there. So we've got Fever Tree grapefruit soda, which is a delicious grapefruit soda for Palomas. Watch your wash lines. We're gonna give this a quick little mix because the lime and tequila is sitting in the bottom. We wanna make sure that we're getting it all mixed straight through. We're gonna take a little piece of grapefruit and garnish the side there. Come down the side so that we don't get any of that pith and it's just a perfect little half moon. Tuck that in the side. That is it. Paloma. Cheers.
Coming up, let's raise a glass to our contestants as we see who will move on to the next round and who will be sent home. Time for our second challenge with this Albertan coffee liqueur.
All right, guys, how was challenge number 1?
Awesome.
Good?
Pretty good.
All right, challenge number 2, Linda.
Ricann's Double Double coffee cream liqueur. There's 3 different types of coffee in here. You're going to be tasting chocolate, maybe caramel. Of course, it's sweet and obviously it's very creamy.
The sky's the limit. You can really do whatever you want, but you might want to watch out for things like balancing sweetness and a few other considerations before you get too far ahead with your planning. Let's get mixing.
Perfect.
Do it.
Hands on the bar. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
All right, let's go.
From the start, I knew I wanted the roasted hibiscus and my syrup in there.
Roasted hibiscus.
I wanted to do a play on a red coffee. From there, it was just finding ways to accentuate the flavors that I already knew were in my syrup and in the fruits and in the hibiscus.
I kind of loosely based it off of obviously espresso martini, but as well a drink we have at the Derrick and Untitled called the Coffee and Bubbles. Kind of melded the two together, so the flavors I just kind of went with what I know.
A spirit like Rig Hand definitely gives it a little bit of a challenge, but I'm always up for that. And it's fun to work with different spirits than what you're usually used to working with.
So that would have been Ardbeg, which is a peated Scotch, the Alberta Premium Rye. It would have been the Double Cream, the 2 bitters, and then the chocolate liqueur.
What I wanted to do is I wanted to do some sort of infusion. Wasn't too sure just yet, but I decided to go with the tequila using the fresh peeled orange and cinnamon stick.
We got tequila again, friend.
Does he know it's supposed to be coffee cream liqueur, not tequila? Oh, he's going to rim it with coffee. Lemon and coffee.
I was super nervous because it was either gonna make me or break me, this drink. Oh no! Oh!
Felt pretty good. I mean, for years and years and years, bartender's choice is something that I do, like making something with this. So this is very much in my wheelhouse.
We have the hibiscus, apricot, strawberry, tequila, coffee liqueur, chocolate bitters, sweet vermouth, Pernod, and an egg white. So 9 ingredient drink. I would never make this on a bar. It's definitely a competition drink.
I think a little bit better about this one, kind of got my jitters out of the way and just kind of thought about what to do beforehand. I like being able to make the syrups and stuff just to be able to handle the flavors. So in my cocktail making process, I like to kind of go from the ground up. I've always just been like a from scratch person.
Egg.
Oh, yes.
Then when I cracked open my shaker and I saw that it was chunky and coagulated, I had a heart attack. I was ready to dump it down the sink right there. But I figured, okay, I'm gonna shake this. I'm gonna shake it hard. It's like a little dance, right? Gotta look sexy while you shake. That's rule number 1. And as soon as I poured and I saw that silky pour, I'm sure I even muttered under my breath, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Welcome me.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster of a drink, that's for sure.
Had some cubed ice in there that I poured the cocktail over top. My favorite, Frangelico.
I love Frangelico too.
Crushed a little bit on ice, grated some cinnamon, coffee beans. But yeah, I wanted to kind of make a fun little adult ice cap.
It was good to have the firewater bitters there. Maybe it's risky, but that's just the kind of drink that I make. I like to make it big.
It's kind of just an out-of-body experience. My brain just took over. I was just a vessel for it, you know?
And there you have it.
I'm all good, yeah?
Yep.
I let the heart and passion take over, exactly.
It's time for our contestants to serve their drinks. First up, TJ.
And I'm gonna call it the El Conquistador because it takes over.
We were watching you make this and just saying like, holy smokes, there's more steps, there's more ingredients, there's, you know, what is gonna happen here? And it all comes together really well.
Thank you very
much.
much.
In a very hard setting.
I mean, we were watching and we know we've got coffee and then we saw eggs and we thought he's going to bring the bacon out next to his breakfast. I'm blown away.
Thank you very
this
much.
This tastes really good. I'm sorry if I sound surprised.
Well, you definitely chose your own adventure on this one. We went from page 1 to 60, back down to 12, and I congratulations on creating something that
no one could have predicted.
No one, right?
Thank you very much. I like to stay unpredictable.
Okay, well, see you.
Thank you.
Thanks. I can't believe it tastes that good.
I'm still trying to get back to reality that actually worked, in all honesty.
He's back again. What you got for us?
I tried to make somewhat of a double-double using fresh espresso, and then as I was making over there, I was making a cardamom clove syrup using the double Rig Hand, a little bit of rum. I tried to keep all of the cinnamon off to one side, and then I also like to use salt in cocktails.
What do you call this?
Espresso martini.
There's loads and loads of flavor. There's quite a lot of coffee character to this. It's a little bit hard to pull out some of the double in there, and some of the other flavors are a little bit kind of overshadowed just by the intensity overall. But I think it's really, really quite quaffable.
I think it's impressive. And it has a lovely consistency to it.
Perfect.
And I also love that you added salt.
Watching you behind that bar, it's almost like you're dancing. Like you know exactly what you're doing, you know where you're going, you're weighing things. I like this drink a lot. I think it is very well balanced. You just jacked it up, right? Gave it a little bit of juice, and here we go, a little bit of nitrous.
Well elevated.
Yeah, so I'm down with this. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hello.
Devin's back.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So what I wanted to create here was a double kind of ice cap expression here, a little bit more elevated. And I wanted to add a couple other things. I did Frangelico, which adds some nice nutty, caramely kind of sweetness notes to it.
It's got that kind of strong coffee flavor, but it doesn't have the richness on the palate as much. The double that we're supposed to use. So it's got lots going on. There's some great flavors. I love what you did, but it's just not quite as rich.
Totally.
How much did you use of the liqueur?
20 mils in each cocktail.
Wow, it isn't coming through very strongly, I have to say. I'm sort of missing that.
Yeah.
I like what you did. I'm going to agree with the other judges. I think it needs a little bit more of the double to shine, but I'm not going to say this is a bad drink.
Yeah, thank you.
So, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Great.
Happy to see you.
So I'm gonna call it the Dude Abides. So it's the double cream liqueur. We've got an ounce of Alberta Premium Rye, which is one of my favorite products. A little bit of the Bull's brown curacao, the chocolate, and then Ardbeg for smoking.
Smell the Ardbeg.
I like doing heat with something like creamy and rich like
I was
this.
going to say, there's quite a bite to this, isn't there?
So we got the Firewater bitters, and then a little bit of chocolate bitters too, just to...
You know, it's certainly not laid back.
No, and I'm not known for that. I like to get in people's grill.
The combination of the heat and the Ardbeg are so disparate, and there's such high points in how this cocktail is assembled that it's very hard to kind of reconcile them on the palate, but it's really cool.
This might be one that's also like a slow sipper, right? Like you find with dilution over time, the character of the drink's gonna change.
I like that heat, by the way. I'm not used to spicy hot cocktails like this.
Man, that's one of my favorite things.
But I am getting the double, so there's the good news.
Excellent.
I think, I enjoy this drink for sure. In this industry, and you learn, you know everything, and then some of your bad habits start coming out. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
There are some bad habits behind there, but I think you know your booze and you know exactly what goes in a drink, and I respect that.
I'm not the most graceful individual, but I know what it tastes.
But you know exactly what you're doing. So I like the heat. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, great day. I think it was awesome what they did.
Wasn't it amazing?
Let's start with TJ. Tom, what do you think?
Everything he did was consistently good. He didn't make any missteps along the way.
Linda, let's talk about Nate.
Nate's probably edged forwards in the second challenge. But there was not that much wrong in his first one either.
Let's talk about Devin. She really, she was consistent. She was clean. She was professional. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that the first two, the technical challenges, were really just both consistently. And then maybe in the creative portion, there was a little bit of challenges, and maybe it wasn't a drink that I enjoyed quite as much as some of the others.
And Jordan, Linda, let's give our rundown on Jordan.
Jordan is he absolutely knows his stuff, but he's sloppy.
Did he come out to shine today, or show that he knows how to make drinks, right? The salt was sloppy, the drinks were kind of sticky on the glass. Those details matter in a competition. I think we know what we got to do.
I think so.
Well, let's bring out the bartenders. Linda, let's talk about the prizes today.
One of you is going home with a complete range of El Tesoro tequilas. This person had a completely clear round in the technical challenge. We couldn't fault it at all. And that person is you, Devin.
Thank you.
From the second challenge, one of you is going home with a complete range of rig hand products. This was really very hard. They were all extremely good. And the person who won this challenge with an amazing cocktail is Nate.
All right, Tom, someone's got to go home.
Someone does. So we really like certain things about every contestant and the drinks that they were making. Devin, I have to say that those first round drinks, that technical challenge, they were bang on. We didn't find as much that we really loved about the creative cocktail, but it was still very good, and you're safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you, judges. Thank you.
Nate, your technical portion of the cocktails with the Rosita and this Tommy Margarita were maybe a little bit clumsy. We didn't really agree on what exactly should be in each of those cocktails. However, with the creative portion, hit it out of the park. That drink was fantastic.
Awesome.
And you were safe.
Thank you.
All right, that leaves us with 2 left.
Yep.
TJ, Jordan, it was so close and we had to deliberate very hard to get to this decision. TJ, your consistency is on par. Everything that you do, your palate is there and I loved it. You impress us behind the bar and you impress us with every drink.
Thank you.
Jordan, you know everything about alcohol. You can crush a drink in minutes. Not only that, but you can pair alcohol together to make amazing drinks. Sometimes you can get a little sloppy behind the bar, and we just didn't see the passion that you have in your drinks when it comes to garnishes and really just getting them out there. TJ, you are the most consistent. So thank you very much for all that you did today.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Jordan, unfortunately, it's time to hand in your apron. You will not be the next Mixology Master.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Like I said before, I knew what I did. No sweat.